paying minimum wage for the first time ever. It's happening in Colorado thanks to the falling cost of living. Labor groups protesting the move. They say it'll harm workers. But Bob says forget cutting it. We should be tossing it out altogether to create better paying jobs.
Jobs. Kill it. Get rid of it forever. Look, all you're doing is tying the hands of business. Let them have the flexibility to make more money. There's an amazing thing in business. When businesses are flexible, they make more money. Guess what? They're going to hire more people. And when they hire more people, business does better and people actually make. You cannot be for jobs and then be against the people that make the jobs by forcing them to pay a minimum wage. It's the stupidest concept we've ever had.
Eric, could a reduction in the minimum wage or getting rid of it altogether actually help us to hire more people?
Well, it'll certainly, yes, it can help you hire more people, but more importantly, in a tough economy like we have right now, there are a bunch of small businesses in the Middle West going, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make this. If my minimum wage goes up, I'm going to have to lay people off. So it may or may not add more people, but it'll certainly slow the labor line, the unemployment line from growing the way it's growing. It's growing out of control right now.
Okay, Julian.
We're talking about mostly service industry jobs. We're also talking about a minimum wage that will barely allow you to stay within the bounds of the poverty line, or outside the bounds of the poverty line. During the last 8 years, we saw the average working family lose about $2,000 worth of income. Under the Clinton administration, actually, the bottom 20% of wage earners saw their incomes rise faster than the top 20% of wage earners. That was good for the economy. Getting rid of the minimum wage is going to do one thing. It's going to increase the poverty rates. It's going to increase income inequality. That's bad for capitalism. That's bad for markets.
No, it's not. It's not going to do that. It's not going to do that at all. The fact of the matter is, who is in a better position to decide how much to pay their employees? The person that owns a business and runs the business every day, or someone in Washington, D.C. that says, this is my artificial number?
I know what Julian's going to say. He's going to say the government, but I got to get on to my next one. Gary B., what do you say?
Well, it's funny. In 1996, a very famous newspaper said that an increase back then in the minimum wage would lead to a decrease of about 100,000 jobs. Julian, you may be surprised. It was the New York Times itself that said this. I know you go to sleep with it under your pillow, but forget the New York Times. The Federal Reserve has studied over 100 other studies. You know what they came to the conclusion? The people that lose the jobs are the unskilled and the young. And backing that, since 2007, since they started raising the minimum wage, there's been over 600,000 teens that have lost jobs. Right. So, yes, to your point, the people that have jobs are going to keep those jobs. Yeah, maybe they make an extra quarter an hour. But the problem is,
raise the minimum wage.
For all of us, wait, you're big on letting people finish their points, so let me finish my point. For those that have the jobs en masse, we're losing ground because more people are laid off than is increasing to the people that have jobs the amount they're making.
And what would you say to the argument that when we increased the minimum wage in the 1990s, we had record low unemployment afterwards?
Oh, there's so many.
Because of that? That's why.
What's the answer to the argument?
Okay, hold on. I got to let Rob get in here.
Thanks. Yeah, I think let businesses decide the right wages. The market will figure it out. The market will hire the appropriate amount of people. Wages might even go up because if you get more productive and more profitable, they'll hire more people. If they can't, they'll have to pay the ones they have more money. The market will take care of it. You do not need to set a minimum.
Okay, Julian, I'm going to give you 10 seconds to reply. Sorry, we got to break them up.
Well, I think I did. I think that the historical evidence is actually plenty of times we've increased the minimum wage. Unemployment has gone down. If you don't have it, you're going to see more poverty. The biggest problem in the economy right now is consumers aren't spending. You increase inequality, that problem's going to get worse.
Okay. Thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it, Julian.